Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I am coming at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In this video, we're going to have a store news update. And if you haven't been to a store news update, what I try to do is touch on about 5 subjects. I touch on what I've completed, what I'm working on, what kind of supplies I've gotten in, what kind of product I've gotten in, and also whatever news is relevant to the store. This helps you as a customer for my store to be aware of what's going on. It's kind of like, think of it like a store newsletter in video format. Let me start off by saying I do have the Land of the Free boot camp. It is in progress. I've uploaded 4 videos, I think, and the latest one was Commanders and the Turn sequence. Now, I've recorded but haven't edited and uploaded the shooting mechanics. That should go up within the next few days. And then after that, there would be melee. But what a boot camp is it kind of basically goes over every rule in detail, very comprehensively, and lets you learn the rules by watching the video. So far, I'm really enjoying the Land of the Free. It seems like it's a system that, as you know, I'm writing my own Napoleonic rules, and I want my rules to be fast, fun, and playable. And that's my mantra. And I think that these rules are that in regards to the American War of Independence. They're fast, fun, and playable, from what I can tell. What have I done? Well, you can see a stack of figures right here. These are from a commission, 1/72 scale plastic Napoleonics. They're Prussians. One of these boxes actually has some French, but mostly they're Prussians, and that'll finish off the commission for that customer. So my commissions are complete. What else have I completed? Well, I did some fencing, and I've textured and flocked some fencing, and I've got a box sitting right out here off the side with some more fencing, which I'm going to show here in just a minute. But completed wise, I really only completed fencing, these figures, and I think since the last video, I completed a couple of British regiments and a couple of American regiments as part of my American War of Independence project. Well, I know I did a bunch of artillery. I cranked out a bunch of artillery. I think that's the last thing I did over there. That's what I've completed. Now, what am I working on? Well, since I just finished these, I decided to pull out my some World War II 28 millimeter models. I've got a PaK 40. I've got a couple of mortars and a couple of machine guns, all SS. I've got a stretcher team and a couple more mortar teams, I think, a sniper team, and maybe some observers or spotters. And there's also, you can see these resin pieces right there. That is a free gift from Offensive Miniatures. It's kind of like a little diorama piece, but I think it would work as a machine gun team because it's a machine gunner and a loader on a base, a 60 millimeter base. It's just resin. Yeah, 60 millimeter base. Yeah, so I'll be working on these in the next week or so, and I'll get those up. These are for the store, so that's what I'm working on. Product. Okay, I've got in. Let me rephrase that. I didn't really get in any product. What I did was I went through a lot of the miniatures that I have that I'm not going to be using personally. And so I decided to, like as you know, I've got an O Group German Grenadier Battalion. right? I've already got a German O Group Grenadier Battalion. But I wanted to get in the 21st. I wanted to get in some French half tracks, and I purchased the Flames of War 21st Panzer Grenadier Division or Grenadier Panzer Division box set. But it comes with infantry, and I don't need any of that infantry. So what did I do? I put it on the store as sprues, so you can purchase some Grenadier sprues. But I did that with a lot of different box sets, and I also went through my old bits and scraps of Games Workshop, like Marines and Orcs and whatever else I could find, Boer Boys and Grots and Bretonians and Empire handgunners, and I went through a bunch of my old Games Workshop models, and I found I put as many together that would be a comprehensive unit, like a bunch of halberdiers I put in one lot, and a bunch of bowmen I put in one lot, and so I uploaded those as unpainted because that's exactly what they are. They're just primed. They're not even painted. And these are all classic old models, like from 1992, and they're so old, or they might even be from armies that I wasn't personally playing. Maybe some of my kids were playing those armies, and so I had to look up and try to figure out what the models were. I put them together the best, the best that I could, but you might be able to find a good deal on those armies. Plus, I went through my Perry models that I had. I had a bunch of medievals, and I put them on there. And then I pulled out my Old Glory American War of Independence, which I had a bunch of extras, because when I was doing my like British Grenadier armies, just using this as an example, I had bought a Hessian Jaeger bag from Old Glory, and I used maybe 8 models out of the bag. The bag comes with like 30 models or something like that. So what I did was I put the remainder of the models on the site, so you could pick up a bunch of Jaegers, or same thing with Continentals or Grenadiers. They're not full units, but they are good filler, right? Some of them are full units because I would have Perry, and I have Old Glory, and whatever else I would have, front rank or something, and I would put them all together like the British Grenadiers. I'll mix them all up. I had like 4 Highlanders left. I put that up in there. So you can find a bunch of American War, and the generals too. I had duplicates of generals. I had some generals that I never painted, so I've got them put up there. The light dragoons, I got some of them up there. Tarleton's dragoons I've got up there. Just mounted colonels, artillery pieces. I've got a bunch of 28 millimeter American War Independence. So if you're into that, you should definitely check that out and look for that. Now, what kind of supplies have I gotten in? Well, I don't think I got in any supplies for the store or otherwise. I got no boxes in, no new tape, no paint, no brushes. Yeah, I got no new supplies in. News. All right, this is the final step of the video usually. Now, I talked about the Land of the Free boot camp that I'm doing, but I also have a free shipping on any order of $50 or more. So you get free shipping. And I also got a sale where if you get 3 items, you get 20% off of all the items. That sale might change at the start of the month, because that's when it ends. So I might change that sale up, but there's going to be a November sale So it might be better, might be worse. I don't know. The free shipping, I have that pretty much indefinitely right now. If you order $50 or more, you're going to get free shipping through my store. News wise, couple of game systems have just come out or been re-released or updated, like Bolt Action Third Edition has come out. I don't have it yet. Uh, Wargames Atlantic has released their 10 millimeter Samurai and a lot of their medieval foot knights, and I'm kind of excited about that for playing skirmish games like Baron's War or something like that, or Lion Rampant or something. I noticed that the Perry website has been updated. It's a totally new website, been redesigned. It took me a second to try to find everything, but they've added a whole section for their Valor and Fortitude rules, which is a free download. It's basically a black powder. It's black powder, but done in a. It's like a Napoleonic game system, but it's done in a. It has a different feel to it, a different focus. So, yeah, and they've got army lists and stuff like that you can download, and that's actually in the menu now. I still have a few Napoleonics and a few medievals and fantasy figures that I personally have to load up. But most of my systems, most of my miniatures that I'm not using, I've already uploaded. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it for the news. Uh, None of that really affects me because I don't have any of those orders out. I'm not waiting for them to come in. But at the Warlord Games open house, they started talking about their next Epic line, and they're talking about it being 100 Years War. 100 Years War Epic might be something I might be interested in. Even though I'm really into the 15 millimeters, I think ranks of medieval knights would be really cool. So I'll have to take a look at that when if and when it comes out. I'm not interested in push of pike or pike and shot or whatever they call it. I'm not really interested in the Civil War. Uh, I know a lot of you are interested in the Civil War, uh, but not me. And I am not interested in the 7 Years' War or the Crimean War, but I am very interested in the American War of Independence and Napoleonics and World War II. Some new things I got in personally is three things. Let's get rid of this paper. These are all HO, right? Which HO is 187 on the scale. And a 15 millimeter is 1/100 scale. But I all my other fences that I use for my 15 millimeter are HO because they work really well. I mean, it's very compatible. So I picked up this HO fencing right here from Central Valley. Central Valley fences and railings. And you can kind of see the fencing here, and you can see the fencing there. But here, if I flip it over, you can see this type of fencing. You can see a picket fence. You can see that's really short. That's like only 10 millimeters tall. That's pretty good. And then you got these wooden fences right here. I'm not too excited about this top two rows. These are supposed to be like metal rail fences, and these are supposed to be handrails that would go up upstairs or something like that. But I'm excited about these. Got that little gate there. You got a kind of a big gate there. Um, they look like they would fit on a 6-inch popsicle stick. So I'm excited about those central valleys. Now this is JTT. JTT, this is a couple of different types of fences. You got picket fences, as you can see right here, but there's a nice gate. Now that is a giant gate compared to a 15mm model. This whole set here, or at least this picket fence, looks like it would be too big. It looks like it would be, it's maybe a 28mm, even though it's supposed to be HO. Doesn't say HO anywhere on the packaging. It just says JTT Scenery Products. But look at that. That's a nice looking little fence gate right there. Then you've got these wooden gates for now a lot of these wooden fence gates, I like this right there and like that. I was thinking about putting those along with a hedge or a wall, just basically putting a fence or a gate in a wall. Now these are picket fences, but this looks like it's the metal fences, right? But it also comes with these wooden fences, and the wooden fences look like they're the right height. The other ones look like they're really tall, because they would be much taller than a figure, 15mm. And then finally, I got in this knock country fences, HO, right? This one actually says HO. And comparing these fences to those fences, they almost look like they're the half height. These guys look like they might be 12 to 15mm tall. But the slats in the fences are rough and not straight, right? I kind of dig it. It's supposed to be country fences. And then these fences, you can see how they stack on top of each other, a lot like a zigzag fence, but straight. Even though you can kind of see that this person here has kind of bent them in the picture to make them, a little bit of a zigzag. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but we'll try. We'll see what I can do. These fences are, stacked lumber on top of each other, but so do these. But these are more rounded, and these are more squared off. And you'll notice that they're shorter. These guys are only about 4 inches long. So, and they do, some of them do come with some gates. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. See that gate there. I don't need these fences. I think I've got more than enough fences already put together and made. But I just wanted to put together some variety of different other fences just to have. So I'm not in a hurry to work on these. I am in a hurry to work on these. And then when we get to working back on my project, I probably am going to be focusing on figures, because I've only got about half of my project of American War of Independence figures finished. So I want to crank out the rest of those. Some specialty units like the Grenadiers or the Jaegers or the British Light or the riflemen from Morgan's Riflemen, or the Canadians, all those kind of units I still need to work on. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming out and checking out this store news update, and I will try to keep you updated at least every couple of weeks, just to let you know what kind of sales we got on in the store, what kind of new product we might have gotten in, and what I'm currently working on. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.